Okay, straight out of the gate, Cyberpunk fans, relax, okay? I don't hate the game. I actually love it. One of my favorite games. But let's be honest with ourselves, the game ain't perfect. So don't be trying to go crazy, type in the comment section, because I'm going to tell you right now, we don't care. Also, if you're looking for a serious deep dive and professionalism, you're definitely on the wrong channel, buddy, because you're not getting none of that over here. I make jokes, I'm unserious, and I say what I want to say. And for those who don't know who I am, well, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, TTG, and this is Cyberpunk, the most successful failure of all time. But real quick, do me a favor and follow me on socials right here on the screen, or you can click that link in the description. But of course, enough of all the politics. Let's talk about what you came here for. Do you remember the year 2013? If so, you might remember the reveal trailer of Cyberpunk. And I could tell you, I did not know what the hell I was looking at. When I first seen this trailer, bro, I promise you, I was confused. Maybe because I was a teenager, but it was just a girl with some bionic arms getting shot by some futuristic cop. I didn't know what it was. And this is back in them E3 days. RIP E3.
I really miss my nigga.
But anyways, I seen the trailer, I looked at it, I watched it, I moved on. I didn't think nothing about it. But what I do remember seeing at the end of that trailer though is coming when it's ready. Pause. But that we'll talk more about later. Nonetheless, I went on to grow up and I played other gaming titles. I learned more about the games, yada yada. And along the years, I became a true gamer. And before I knew it, 5 years went by and we finally got a more in-depth look at CD Projekt Red's newest title.
James a long three. Bang!
And I wasn't more excited for any game at the time other than Red Dead 2, which was supposed to come out 2017 and ended up getting pushed back a whole year. Let's not do it with GTA 6, please. But then I watched the trailer of Cyberpunk 2077 and I was hooked right away. I'm not gonna lie, this is something I never knew I wanted. A futuristic GTA game, so to speak anyway. And yes, I know that there are completely two different games, but at the time I didn't know that. And regardless, I wanted to keep up with the information about the game, so I started to tune in. And in doing so, I learned about the developers of Cyberpunk 2077, which is CD Projekt Red, and I found out that they made the game The Witcher 3. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I never played that game. I ain't never played The Witcher 3. I know, blah blah blah. Don't care.
Hey, fuck, man. I'm mad too, man. No, you're not.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I probably never will play that game in full. I think I started it up maybe once or twice, like 5 years ago, because I remember it started with like a tub scene or something with the main protagonist's girlfriend or something, and I think she get kidnapped. I don't remember. I do remember the name of the horse, which was Roach, and I know a lot of people love that game. I hear it was very great. I missed out on that part of gaming, honestly, and I just don't have the incentive to go back and play it. I'm sorry. Regardless, after I seen what I seen, I felt the game was in good hands, and I was ready for it. I ain't gonna lie though, when I found out the game was gonna be in first person, bro, it took me out. I ain't gonna lie, I was not messing with it being in first person, bro. What I had in my mind was completely altered, because like I said, I thought it was gonna be a futuristic GTA. So I'm thinking a third person game with these flying vehicles and just this cool world. And yes, I know that was on me, but I accepted it being in first person and I was still gonna buy it. But a year later, we got a 48-minute long video of pure gameplay, and man, it was gorgeous. I loved everything I seen. They showed depths of the customization. They showed you being able to pick your character's background story and really make your character seem like it was your character. And just watching the gameplay footage, I was impressed, bro. I was just loving what I seen. There was a scene where the main character V put one of the enemy's head in ice water and shot him under the water, and it made like this muffled sound. The animations for the bodies falling on the ground was realistic and looked cool. We got to see what the trauma team was. It was like this medical team for like rich people basically. And one of the things I remember people bringing up a bunch at the time was the romance stuff. They showed V, the main character, having like some random guy over, and he gets up and he's like leaving. It's like a little cutscene or whatever, and it just made it seem like this was going to be a world you really will be able to do anything. And I was all for it. Like, show me the cyberpunk baddies. But they show how the apartment was interactive. They had this screen on your window where you could see the weather and you could open your blinds with it, and it was just very futuristic and it gave you a beautiful feeling. And then they went outside and you just see how alive everything is, all of the people and how populated it is, and everybody just kind of doing their own thing. The streets over there looking like Japan. But let's say the gameplay didn't do it for you. Keanu Reeves, y'all. Keanu Reeves being a protagonist in the game, that will do it for you.
You're breathtaking.
And after that gameplay trailer, they went on a full press run and promoted the game as expected, as they should. But this is when it kind of took a turn for me, because as they're promoting these trailers and dropping them, they showed a trailer in particular that I did not like. It was a cinematic trailer that showed way too much of the story. And in that cinematic trailer, we learned that after a big heist that we do in the game, your best friend Jackie dies in the process of escaping. And I don't get why they show that in no type of way, shape, form, or fashion, because they showed Jackie in that 48 million gameplay video that I was talking about earlier, and they talked about how Jackie was like V's like best friend, and you know, this person you kind of run Night City with. But then they show in the damn trailer how he dies. That's a big part of the game, I feel like. I remember them talking about Jackie and making it seem as if he's going to play a big part in the game. And then on top of that, they showed Dexter Deshawn in that same cinematic trailer killing your character. And after he kills your character, Johnny Silverhand pops up hovering over you. And I'm just like, bro, this is a huge spoiler. I never understood why they did that. And I don't care how y'all try to defend it, that was a bad move to me. Because when you play that game, you know exactly what's about to happen. When you meet Dexter Deshawn, you know he's gonna turn on you. When you are doing this heist mission, you know Jackie dies here, and that takes away from the immersion a little bit because you already see it coming. Pause. Because the heist is a big part of the game. It pretty much sets the tone of the rest of the game, but that part of the story would have just hit so much better if they didn't ruin it for us in the trailer. And I know not everybody seen that trailer, but a lot of people did, and I can tell you that definitely bothered me that they did that. But even with all of that, I trusted the process and I bought what they were selling, because the devs were making it clear they are not releasing this game until it's ready. And like I said earlier, that's what the first initial trailer said back in 2013. And they made it very clear. They were very interactive with the fans and talking to them about, look, this game, we're going to put our all into it. We're going to make sure it's perfect, and we don't want to release it until we know it's up to the standard. But this is the first time I seen a dev publicly say, hey, we want this game to be great and perfect. It'll be here when it's ready. And then the game finally released, and man, when it released, I was so excited. I load up the game, and well, the game was not good at launch. There were bugs everywhere. It had horrible lighting. Like, the sound was just all off, and it felt so damn unplayable. This game was horrible compared to what they showed us, and a lot of people were pissed. It got bad for everybody. I remember they had to give refunds, and PlayStation ended up taking it out of the PlayStation store. You couldn't even purchase it for a certain amount of time. Like, the gaming world was really pissed about it, and it was for good reason, honestly. But I'll just tell you how it was for me. First and foremost, the things that really bothered me was the way that the cars drove. The cars drove like, I don't know, like it was like just floating on water. Like, it didn't feel smooth. When you drove at these high speeds, you could barely see the world. It wasn't rendering correctly. The road was like, it looked like silk or something. I don't even know how to explain it. And then the cars itself just didn't feel like realistic cars. It either feel like a super light, uncontrollable car, or just like a super heavy car that was also uncontrollable to me. It just felt weird, and the world just didn't feel the way it was shown in the gameplay reveal. They was not lying about the work in progress that popped up on that gameplay trailer, because they had so much to do. And it also took me out of the immersion of the story, because during cutscenes you would get crazy weird glitches and the game would just randomly close, and it made it so hard to even play through the story. It got to a point I genuinely told myself, once I beat this game, I'm never playing it again. And honestly, if it was that bad as how I seen others, I probably would have still played through the story, because the story was so great. And alongside that great story, it had an actual amazing concept that I've never seen in gaming. They make your character feel like it's you. They give your character backstory. They give your character depth. And they made some changes and took out a bunch of content, but it was still really good. They give you these options and a bunch of dialogue where you get like, I don't know, 3 to 5 options to pick what you want to say, and it changes the dialogue up, and based off your character you even get different cutscenes, and it just makes it feel refreshing. And it honestly felt like it had so many endings to this game, especially when they added the Liberty City DLC. Editor Ty here. Obviously I said Liberty City and I meant to say Phantom Liberty. I apologize. GTA been on my mind. I'm ready for GTA 6. I'm just ready for this year to be over. You know, alright, I'm disappearing now. Hit the like button, press subscribe. And they actually put in effort to these endings. It's just not a simple cutscene and it's over. Like, they really add to the story, and you can really see different different ways the story could have went if you went this route. I don't know which one is canon, but nonetheless, all of them are pretty good. Also, that Phantom Liberty update was a banger. But this game did so many things right along with all the things they did wrong. Like the way they did the perks and the abilities added such a great layer to make Cyberpunk really feel like Cyberpunk. Even though the game was very broken on release, over the years they have been fixing a lot of the game and making sure it's enjoyable today. You don't understand how they did it. It was bad, y'all. I don't know if I was ever there for it, but it was horrible. I'm not exaggerating. How they were able to pull this off, I still don't know, and I would never understand. Nonetheless, it worked, and they stand tall today. The game still has these things I would nitpick that I don't like today still. Like, I still think the lighting is a problem. The sound is still an issue. I still don't like the way the cars drive. But every other aspect of the game, like the story, the concept, and just the world, it makes up for it in my opinion, honestly. So I'll live with those things. I just wish it looked as good as I be seeing it look on PC. Anyways, that's all for today. If you all enjoyed that video, press the like button, hit subscribe, man. Please, man. Don't forget to follow me on the socials. Again, they're on the screen right now. Or you could click the link in the description. Thank you all so much. Again, I am Ty Talks Gaming, and I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you watch this video on the screen though. Alright, I'm leaving for real. 1, 2, 3, gone. Bye.